Mephibosheth. Have you heard of him? He has an interesting name. He is the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, the first king of Israel. His name means destroyer of shame. Perhaps Jonathan named him as such because at one time he received shaming words from his father. "You son of a perverse, rebellious woman, do I not know that you are choosing the son of Jesse to your own shame and to the shame of your mother's nakedness?" But instead of destroying shame, Mephibosheth lived the opposite. He lived in shame. When he was 5 years old, his nurse picked him up to flee from possible disaster when news came that Saul and Jonathan had died in battle. In her haste, Mephibosheth fell, causing him to be lame on both legs. Although he survived, he lived in obscurity in Lodebar, which means nothing, a place of insignificance. In their culture, it was common for new kings to eliminate the descendants of the previous king. It's possible that Mephibosheth had been living in fear. It could also be that he was aware of the close friendship between his father and King David. But since he was too ashamed, he chose to stay away from attention. So he continued with his life, living in obscurity, but at least alive. How uneasy must he have been when he was summoned by the king? But hardships have a way of producing good character. When he appeared before David, his lack of strong legs to stand on did not become a liability. It enabled him to display the best homage to the king. Being lame on the legs, he easily lay prostrate on his face to the ground. This is a gesture of deep respect and reverence. Thanks to his father, who was David's best friend, his life was not only spared, but completely turned around from shame to honor. When he was alive, Jonathan recognized that God was with David and would surely give the kingdom to him. Thus, he supported David and showed loyalty instead of competing against him. Now, for the sake of Jonathan, David showed kindness to Mephibosheth and his son Micah. David restored to him the land of Saul. Best of all, David became a father to him. He is to dine regularly at his table as one of his sons. Wow! Let's visit Psalm 103 verses 13, 17, and 18 to better appreciate this story. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. But from eternity to eternity, the Lord's faithful love is toward those who fear him, and his righteousness toward the grandchildren of those who keep his covenant, who remember to observe his precepts. God is honored when we fear him. The fear that Jonathan gave to God, God gave it back to him many times over. Even when he was already dead, God showed compassion to Jonathan by taking care of his son and grandson. Compassion comes from the Hebrew word rekem, which means mother's womb. Just as the womb is at the inner core of a mother, God's compassion comes from the inner core of his being. This story teaches us that when we fear God, he takes care of those who matter most to us, our children and their children. After all, God, the compassionate one, is their true father. This story is also a foreshadowing of the gospel of Jesus. David's compassion towards Mephibosheth parallels Christ's love and mercy toward those who are undeserving and who have no capacity to redeem themselves. Just like Mephibosheth, crippled by circumstance and hiding in fear, we were once broken, unworthy, and far from God. Just as a helpless outcast was shown unmerited grace and brought to the king's table, so does Jesus call us into his royal family. Mephibosheth didn't earn David's mercy. Neither can we earn Christ's. But the king calls you by name. Come to his table. Your shame ends here. Fear God. trust in Christ and receive the mercy that lifts you from shame to honor. God bless you.